What up? This is Landon Sworts with theepicstorm.com, and we are back with another Legacy League on Magic Online. Alright, so I want to jump right into it. This copy of the list is the main deck stock in the sideboard. So the card I've been least excited about boarding in has been the 4th bounce spell. Version 6.6 we're running 4 Echoing Truth, and I like 4 Echoing Truth, but the 4th one, a lot of times I've been finding myself like not wanting to cut another card, but still wanting to bring in another copy of Empty the Warrens in a lot of the matchups where we use Echoing Truth. So I've just been playing 3, and it's been fine. I mean, it really hasn't felt any different, to be honest with you. And then we're running a Grape Shot over Massacre. So I just kind of missed Grape Shot. I hadn't been using Massacre as much as I hoped I would have been. This hand's fine. I just put Grape Shot in its spot. I've gotten some kills with it since. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing. We're going to play out our artifacts. Retain priority. And this is why we are called Black Belcher. Alright, so the opponent remains unknown. I'm going to just do a quick Google search. Okay, so nothing comes up for their username. That's fine. So we're not going to change anything. We can get caught off guard by some stuff, right? But whatever. Okay, so yeah, we can keep this. That's something I was a little worried about. I'm going to get probably Chalice here. Yeah, Chalice on 1. Alright, so what are our options? Oh, and Chalice on 0. Makes things kind of tough. Well, the opponent hasn't presented a clock, so I don't want to concede yet. We play Pulverize for a reason. We don't have a second mountain, but it's a pretty easy draw to hit. Okay, interesting. And, like, yeah. So if we had just conceded also, we wouldn't get to see that this is Tezzerator, and not just Eldrazi or something to that effect. I guess it makes sense. The username has 1984 at the end of it. So the opponent is in their 30s, and A lot of the more old school players do enjoy strategies like this. We didn't get our mountain. Not much we can do about it. Hope to draw one soon. Yeah, I just, you know, different demographics tend to gravitate towards different decks, and I've seen a lot of players in this age group that have been playing since the beginning of the game that really enjoy these prison style decks. That's cool. I like seeing them every once in a while. It's nice to... Yeah, it's nice to see something other than just colorless lands. Well, I mean, lands are colorless, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so we're still in a fine position here, right? We just need that mountain. We're going to have to discard. I'm probably going to just discard the Ponder. But it's just, you know, it's nice to see not just like mountains or soul lands casting Chalice of the Void. Cool. Hopefully we'll rip a mountain this turn. I mean, it's possible they have a Force of Will or some sort of counter magic. They haven't presented a clock, so their hand must be comprised of other things, unless they're just... I mean, they could be, like... Yeah, that's not a mountain either, but that... I mean, we are pretty much assembled at this point. I'm gonna discard the, Empty the Warren at the end of this turn. Okay. Yeah. I would imagine they have counter magic. We're going to get a second Burning Wish. So if... Okay. Rite of Flame has the most value in our graveyard out of the other cards. Hopefully we draw a mountain this next turn. If Burning Wish gets countered, we have a second copy. Come on already. Alright. It's whatever. I can't control it. So, let's see. What do we... Yeah, I think that, once again, Rite of Flame has more value in our graveyard than the other cards. So... almost impressed at our deck's ability to not draw another land by turn 8. What is this, Arena? Okay, so our days are numbered. Okay. Well, if they have counter magic, they have counter magic. There's nothing we can do about it. Hard casting a Force of Will. All right. Game 3. Okay, let's see. At least one Echoing Truth. We're on the play. Screw it. Alright, let's win this. Okay. Sure. So essentially, I'm all to 5. Good. We have to point this duress this turn, so we're going to have to shuffle away more than we want to. It kind of just is what it is. But this duress needs to go with the opponent this turn, because we need to take a piece of hate if they have one. Alright. So they have engineered explosives. We don't want to play our lines that I'm into it, so we will not. Can hit our Chromox though. Hopefully we just draw a Dark Ritual and they draw another land or something. That would be incredible. Will they blow up our Chalice? I mean, excuse me, our Chromox. Will they? If 8 draws, that can lead to ad nauseum. Yes, they will. Okay, it is. That's fine, actually. Like, I mean, it's better that they're just taking that Chromox. I doubt they've drawn anything, but yeah. Okay, so off to the arms race. We're pretty much just top decking. I'm gonna hold this card in my hand in case we draw Chromox. I don't want it to be a dead draw. Do we push through and try to win with goblins right here? Make 8 with a 3-turn clock. It's an opening, and we might not have an opening in 3 turns for something else, or in 1 turn, or 2 turns. Sure, maybe we would draw something next turn to make us be able to ad nauseam, and that would be great. The opponent is playing counter magic, drawing Force of Will and a blue card. Chalice of the Void. Who knows what other artifacts they are running to slow us down. They've already exposed their engineered explosives, which I personally was a little surprised that they did. But they did, so how many copies of that are they actually running in the 75 if that's their plan for goblins? They've got 3 turns to find it if there's another copy. Okay, so we would have been able... Well, oh wait, we shuffled, so never mind. I was about to be like, oh, we would have been able to ad nauseam. The deck was randomized. We will never know. Also, we don't know that that Glimmer Void was their draw. They could have had that in their hand from the previous turn. I like the Echoing Truth as a draw. I think we got this. Cool. So, we are 1-1. Or 1-0, I mean, rather. Sorry. Misspoke. Cool, it was sweet to see that deck, though. Like I said, it's always cool to see Chalice of the Void coming out of different decks than just like mono red, Prison, or Eldrazi, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll keep this. This looks good. I wonder what Space Spider is playing. No finishes in Legacy reported, but a lot of Eldrazi in Modern, so probably a port. That would be my guess. Well, I guess it's fair then if we would just, if they are possibly on Eldrazi, to point this Thoughtseize at them. Okay, so we'll take their Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, so it's not they're not just porting their modern deck. Death and Taxes is a pretty accessible deck, and the deck has a lot of play, so I can totally see why people are picking it up. Alright, that this dress is not really all that great. Well, so what, we're going to try to race? They have multiple moms and Brightling. We'll be able to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be able to make 12 goblins next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be able to make 12 goblins. But I mean, really the only thing that'll stop us is if they draw another Stoneforge Mystic. And I do like that we have Duress. I think maybe we can... So we'll put Duress down. In case... in case they draw a Stoneforge Mystic. We really just hope they don't hit like a Thalia or something right here. Oh, that's troublesome. The port is actually an issue. I wasn't even thinking about that. We saw that in their hand, and I wasn't even thinking about it. No matter, that's fine. They don't have a ton of action, so we really just kind of need them to... I saw port, you know what I mean? I saw it, I just, like, it didn't process. So I wasn't taking it into account in my math. I probably should have just shuffled there. But let's just sit through and wait out this... this back and forth. We just need another mana source, and we're good to go. And our storm will be increasing just by having more cards in our hand. So yeah, I'm not counting us out of this game yet. Maybe our play wasn't perfect, but I don't think we've lost just quite yet. Really would like to draw a black source. That's fine. That's like actually fine. We'll play this out. That was a fine draw. We don't even... That's like fine. We can respond to their port this next turn. Hopefully they don't drop a Wasteland and hit us out of that. But we can respond to the port and just ad nauseum. We'll be at a high enough life that I think we'll be okay. Like, I mean, our life is not going to be high. We're at 15 right now. We're going to get smacked by their creatures. But Empty the Warrens is in our hand already. We have Lion's Eye Diamonds to play out and pair with Mox Opal. So, all in all, I feel pretty fine. Respond. Respond. Okay, so there's a land drop for the turn if we want it. Alright, we really just need a Lotus Petal or something. Oh, okay, so if Storm's 2, Red or Flame will be Storm 3, Storm 4, Storm 5, Storm 6, Storm 7. So we're up to 14. Damage from Tendrils of Agony to point it at that point. So Storm 2, Storm 3, Storm 4, Storm 5, Storm 6. Tendrils will be Storm 7. So we are going to flip again. 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 We have to stop. We're going to get a draw. We would have died if we had kept flipping. So Storm's 2, Storm 3, Storm 4, Storm 5, Storm 6, Storm 7. 14 life is not going to win us the game here. So I think we need to brainstorm into a Chrome Mox Lotus Petal or Mox Opal. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9. There's 9 of those in the deck right now. Play our land for the turn. Well, actually, if we're looking for that specific card, that won't even be enough Storm still, will it? We might need it 2. Okay, so if we're at Storm 2 and we cast a cantrip, that'll be Storm 3. We find a 0 mana artifact. That's Storm 4, Storm 5, Storm 6, Storm 7, Storm 8, Storm 9. That will not be enough. So Ponder's out of the question here, actually. We have to brainstorm. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we got it, which is great. Very tight, but we got it. I didn't see that coming. Pretty sure that they have swords in their hand, Swords of Plowshare, but they're tapped out, so we got there. Okay, cool. So being up a game is huge in this matchup. And this is the way I like to board for this matchup. I love it. Hopefully they don't drop a Chalice on 0. I've been seeing that from Death and Taxes in the sideboard recently. Well, it is what it is. I knew it was a possibility. So, I'm not going to do anything. Well, we want mountains because we want to be able to pulverize. And we don't want them to drop a Thalia because then we'll never get out of the game. We probably lost this one, right? So let's just do the best we can. We gotta take, yeah, we got a port, but it's whatever. We gotta take this Thalia. So we need to draw very, very well. Nothing we can do about that. They had a very good opening hand. Let's just keep it moving. I just don't want to concede. Just port's putting us back. Like, we're not just a land drop out of the game. Like, we're 2 land drops out of the game. That was well done by the opponent. Their hand was great. Chalice the Void was really good, that specific pairing. So, we're on the play. Ponder gets better. Keep. Okay, so we still have a copy of Empty the Warrens in our library. And we have Spell Mastery. So right now, oh, but we don't have enough to hit Dark Petition, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, we could have done anything there just to sure up that their life would be low enough. Like, we could have hit them with just one swing of Tendrils, or like a Grape Shot, or have held it back. We had a bunch of options. I just was trying to apply as much pressure as possible. We were already in garbage time. Like, on the play, 12 Goblins just wins. So that's cool. Let's jump back in. I'll adjust the record section. Yeah. So they had a really good opener on game 2, but game 3 we I mean, we had pretty nutty draws just that entire match, so that was cool. Just 1 second, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Okay, cool. So excuse my chair being loud. Alright, cool. So we're going to take the play. The hand's a little slow, but it definitely has potential. I'm going to do a quick Google search of the opponent, though. Yep, nothing coming up. Definitely unknown opponent. I mean, this hand with a little bit of help can get there. We have enough lands that I don't mind running right into a wasteland. So this is probably the most tantalizing looking land to draw that out. Alright, let's just take the Stifle. Hopefully they'll wasteland us. Awesome. Not the best draw. It's like exactly what we did not want to draw. But we're in a fine position. I just don't like giving them turns to find a way to get permission online, is all. So I'm not super happy about drawing another land in this matchup. But we didn't really know what we're up against. And we can't control what we draw, so... I'm just thinking if we want to crack this at the end of our turn, we don't really need to. Disruption and a way to get Hellbent would be cool. If you can't trip into that, it's fine for me. I'm okay with however we get there. I just hope that we do get there. The goose is not loose. See, brainstorm. Like, they might be able to set up some permission here. Like, oh, they already have a blue card in their hand, so Force of Will becomes live pretty automatically if they draw into it. But you know what? We could win this turn if we draw a brainstorm, and it is able to find its disruption and a Lion's Eye Diamond, or I mean, if we just draw a Lion's Eye Diamond, we win too. So, all right. Well, we're just gonna go for it. I don't care. So. We could not crack these, but I'd rather have our lands set up and have the mana available. We have so many 0 flips now that it's just like pretty whatever. 15's a high enough life total that I'm not worried about dying. If I thought we were going to die, I would have not cracked those. But the more open mana, the merrier, in my opinion. Oh, crap. Well, so I just hit record off on accident. So normally we don't edit these videos, but I'm going to probably have to put a cut right there because that was literally a misclick and I bumped it. But I'm not going to stop. I don't want to stop recording because of that. It would throw away a lot of time. So hopefully whatever the editing right there, because I mean we do not edit these videos, but I'm going to have to like put that together because I'm not going to just throw away the time we've been putting in this. I'm gonna try to just forget that even happened because I don't want to tilt myself right now. That was like that felt awful. I have 2 screens on my computer, and I did not mean to push the mouse over to the second screen. I just kind of did it. It was a pretty awful misclick, but we're gonna try not to let that bother us. Yeah, I'm definitely like slightly tilted from that. So I need to like just shake it out and not beat myself up because it happened. I can't change it. And I think it's not going to be the end of the world. Just wanted to see what they drew. Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world. I can put that together, so it's whatever. But all right. I'm just going to grab our tendrils. Cool. All right. So, we're 2-0. We are in round 3. We're up a game. We're playing against Rug Delver, Canadian Threshold, what have you. They're on Stifle. This is what I like to do against Delver. So that's what we're going to do. We're pretty open to being disrupted out of the game. What are our draws here to let us be able to cast that Empty Warrens? Has to be an artifact. Because we have to be able to make red mana. It can't be a Landside Diamond. So, it either has to be a Chrome Mox or a Lotus Petal, which we have 8 of in the deck currently. 8 out of 53 is a pretty low percentage. Don't like it. We'll try to grind them out with this. I hate that I hit that the record button. It's whatever. If I was real good, I would just wouldn't have even mentioned it, edited it together. You guys would never even know, but I'm not, and I got tilted from it because it's like I try to not misclick or whatever, and that's just a misclick I never even like. I never thought that would happen. It didn't even enter my head that I could accidentally do that. So. Alright, so we're going to point Thoughtseize, because if it gets dazed, we don't lose the life. I say we take Brainstorm and we come back for Force of Will. So funny though. It really just is. It's just so funny. What are you gonna do? It happens, I guess. Gotta make sure to never do that misclick again. So the opponent has blockers. We're just going to swing aggressively and then try to make more goblins in a few turns. Like I said when we decided to keep this hand, we're just going to try to grind them out. I'm trying to think if we want to brainstorm on this turn. Part of me wants to save it. They still have a force of will, right? I want one more card in our hand. I just want one more card in our hand. I don't think that it just like... I don't want to squander the resources that we have, and I feel like that's what we'll be doing if we were casting Brainstorm that turn. Kind of surprised that they haven't blown up our land. Yeah, I forgot I was even wearing this shirt. Represent. Black Belcher, theepicstorm.com. Make sure you guys stop by and check out the merch store. There's some really cool stuff in there. Some really cool stuff, actually. Alright. So next turn it looks like we're going to try to make our second wave. I mean, if they wasteland us, like, that doesn't happen. So, but, I think they're trying to get a true name out. I think they want to get to 3 mana. Okay. That's fine. We're okay. We're not really in much of a different position. Like, they're the ones scrambling for resources. We're at 15, they're at 3. I wasn't expecting to have that land that long anyways, and in the second that wasteland was coming at it, we were going to respond with Brainstorm. So, we're really not in too much different of a position. Kind of would prefer to keep this in our hand in case they draw another wasteland. I'm going to be surprised if we just get there with our initial wave of goblins. I'm not even going to lie. Hey, whatever. Cool, so we did grind them out. We were able to get there with just 8 goblins from turn 2, I believe. So we are 3-0, which is awesome. And one of the reasons I don't want to just toss this league, because we're doing well. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys bearing with my misclicks. Alright, let's jump in to round 4. See if we can do this, finish strong, get that 5-0. I mean, I'll be happy with a 4-1, but we definitely are aiming for that 5-0. We're going to take it round by round, though. So, let's try to get this next one. Just trying to get this next one. We've been winning these die rolls today. Can't keep this. This is better. Yeah. Keep. It's a pretty good... we're not going to see that. I'm probably brainstorming before next turn. So it doesn't matter. We got to shuffle to do that. Grab Volk. Lotus Petal. Rite of Flame. Okay, Might be a mirror. I'm worried about goblins not getting us there. I wonder if this is a mirror. Because I want to go for Telemann Performance, and we can do that by playing out the Lion's Eye Diamond. Burning Wish is going to be the most enticing hand in our card in our hand to take. Like, we're only going to be able to make one. We can make 10, so that's 2 turns. So they took our Thoughtseize with Duress off of Underground Sea. But, like, the thing is next turn, like, if they have discard this turn, they take this, we're not going to be able to print anything else. So we're only going to be able to make the same amount of mana. So we're just going for it. It is what it is. If they're able to beat goblins, they're able to beat goblins. It's the line we have, so it's the line we're going to take. At least it's 10 of them. Nice. Alright. I guess we're going to assume it's Storm, right? So it sucks to lose the Surgical Extraction, but we're a game up. And I lose to Flusterstorm more than I lose to Surgical Extraction, so we're going to do this. We'll keep this. Hopefully we'll be able to get this out and play before it's discarded. Oh, so this may not be Storm. It's probably Reanimator, which Telemann Performance would have been a fine target at either. Actually, the Goblins are almost dicier against Reanimator than they are against Storm, come to think of it. So, Goblins' last game was a little dicey. I'm surprised they let us have our Lion's Eye Diamond. Well, their Urborg's nice for us. We can grab Volcanic Island without having to do too much extra thinking. Stifle. Interesting. I don't want to lose our Dark Ritual. Thespian stage. Yeah, so It's really good that I wasn't trying to tell him in performance on game 1. And that's, like, one of the reasons why, like, I try not to really flaunt playing that card. Like, I play it when it's... I play it because it really is kind of a catch-all against the faster decks. I mean, most likely, though, I mean, I don't know. This is just weird. I wonder if this is just bug depths. So, those lines are pretty dead in that case. But, that's fine. Not often you see duress off of an underground scene that's not Storm from a main deck. Well, fortunately we need another mana source still. But they don't have Stifle anymore. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna play out our Lion's Eye damage to protect it from discard because now we're looking more for a Dark Petition into Ad Nauseam line, which is 9 mana to execute. So yep. So this turn we gotta draw a mana source, but I mean that's possible. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Nope. Well, this is funny. No shame. We'll block with that, I don't care. This doesn't have trample or anything, right? Like, it's 2020, black, Avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. Okay. It'll buy us one more turn to draw a mana source. Awesome. So, Storm 1, Storm 2. Cool. Alright, let's do it then. Hopefully, they have 2 cards in their hand, so hopefully we're able to get through here. I'm just trying to make sure that we aren't missing a Past in Flames line. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll use 4. If we use 4 for Past in Flames, it'll leave us 4 mana, going up 2 to 6, which that's not enough Storm to kill the opponent. So yeah, we do want the Dark Petition line. Yeah, we'll leave red floating. Burning Wish is red. Should be able to go pretty deep because we don't have Empty the Warrens in our deck right now. Cool. Awesome. So let's finish strong. We are 4-0. Well, it makes sense then if they so first I thought they were Storm, and then I was like, well, maybe this is when I saw the Urborg, I thought maybe this is one of the black like the Lake of the Dead sideboard planned Reanimator decks, you know what I mean? And I think that's reasonable, but it was Bug Depths, right? So that makes sense that our Empty the Warrens in Game 1 was good enough to get there. Because they didn't have anything set up to race that. So that was, it makes sense that they took that concession there. And then Game 2, we won with Hope of Garriper. So that's cool. Flying 2020 Indestructible? Well, take this card that's in my deck because I didn't know what you were playing. Alright, so let's finish strong. We'll just jump right back in. Yeah, I don't know. The list has been feeling good. Like, I've been pretty happy with it. I've been winning pretty consistently. I mean, I'm not positive on the exact percentage, my win percentage, but I'm above 60, somewhere between 60 and 65% right now with this list. So that's always the sweet spot I like to be in. You know, sometimes you run hot and you can push variance up over, like, I don't know. Like, I've definitely had win percentages out of 100 matches at 67% before. But I do feel pretty happy with this list. I mean, it's hardly different than the stock list, right? Like, I'm not trying to toot some horn, like, oh, this list is good. But, I mean, I've been having luck with it. And it's really only 2 cards different than the stock list. And they're really cards that don't really change what we're doing. Like, we're still doing the same things. I don't know. The fourth Echoing Truth, I like it. But it's just been the card that I've been least stoked about boarding in. The 4th copy. Like, I'm still seeing it with 3. And in those matchups, a lot of the times, I like bringing in another copy of Empty the Warrens just because I like the increased chance of having it in your hand. And when it's really important. Some of the matchups are really important to get something going before Piece of Hate comes down. Sometimes you get hands that just, like, it's corner case scenario, but you get hands that are, like, jacked up where your Empty the Warrens is in your hand and not in your deck, and it's just, like, weird stuff happens, and, like, I don't know. I just enjoy bringing in another copy in matchups where another copy is good. Because it's, not only is it just good in those matchups, but it's also, like, I don't know. It helps fix some hands. Some hands it makes clunky, but I don't know. It's not the end of the world. This hand's very close, but I'm going to mulligan it just because, like, it has a pretty high chance of going nowhere. We have to get a blue source, and we could just go turns and turns and turns without hitting anything. This is not awful. A brainstorm would fix this hand quite a bit, so put that on the bottom of our library. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I just had a text message that I like had to reply to. You know what I mean? Like an important one. So I carry that real fast. But what did I miss? A wooded foothills. Okay, that's fine. Okay, elves. We're the favorite, but like I lose to elves more than I literally actually am willing to admit, I think. Our hand isn't incredible either, so like okay, never mind. Okay, cool. I don't care. Well, better lucky than good. Did we win all of our die rolls? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go and watch back after I get the video all set and everything. Dark Writ. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I'm actually not going to play this Chromox out and use the Mox Opal. I'm just going to let the Lotus Petal do the work because we're probably going to draw another artifact. And then we already have Chromox there, so I'm fine with that. We got really lucky on this hand that we just ripped our single copy of Ad Nauseam. Need a Lion's Eye Diamond. The Lotus Petal's not bad. Need a Burning Wish for Lion's Eye Diamond, and I'm not going under 4. Okay, so let's see what our options are here. We can cantrip around looking for either of the 2 cards we need. So, I mean, I have flipped into Empty the Warrens at 4 life so many times. I'm not even kidding. Like, it just happens sometimes, so I'm not trying to do it. Ponder lets us see the most cards. Bummer. Okay, whatever. Whatever. That's why we pondered, though. That is why we pondered, and that is why we did not brainstorm. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got lucky, but, like, we got lucky and we did things the way we were supposed to do it. Like, that wasn't, like, we could have brainstormed, but we knew we shouldn't have, because we see more cards with ponder. So, what did we do? We pondered. And we ended up being able to shuffle into a Lion's Eye Diamond, which we're going to grab another copy of. Play him out. cool. So, we're going to bring in either, because Enter the Warrens isn't great against them, especially on the draw. We're going to either bring in Tendrils of Agony or Grape Shot. Grape Shot's a little bit of a less of a bad draw because we can kill their creatures and slow them down. Both help us play around Surgical Extraction. And if they are playing Goddic Teague and we see it and we lose to it, it's easier to grab Grape Shot from the sideboard, but we can make that adjustment for Game 3. I'd kind of prefer drawing Grape Shot rather than drawing Tendrils of Agony. Slowing them down is giving us an extra turn. 2 turns, whatever it be, is fine. And like play your artifacts out early, Grape Shot, whatever they played, and then just set yourself up for an ad nauseum in the next turn or two. I don't love this hand. I honestly don't. It looks kind of slow. Although the discard's good to an extent. And we are somewhat redundant because to discard because of Burning Wish and Infernal Tutor. But it just looks really slow. And Elves is very fast, and this hand's just definitely we're not keeping it. And so that maybe we shouldn't have mulligan because we ended up with a hand that's pretty similar to our original opener. But we're up a game, it's fine. Thoughtseize? Nope. They're going to get their Dryad Arbor. Glimpse of Nature seems kind of scary from them next turn. So we'll use our Duress. Trying to think which I'm more afraid of. They don't have a Gaia's Cradle, which is like something at least. So next turn if they go Glimpse, they play Glimpse off their land. They play Birchlar Ranger. And they can't do anything. Unless they drew another land, which lets them ball. Natural Order, what does that do for them next turn? They can't cast it next turn, they're still off a little bit. This might be a mistake, but let's take the Glimpse. I think it's a little more relevant with what they have going on currently, and we just have to like try to figure something out for the next like two turns, and like our hand's not really there, honestly. It's not. We need to draw kind of well. Okay, so they drew another Glimpse. That's fine. We already know what they're going to do. They can't... Oh, okay. That makes sense. I just don't know how to play Elves. That's much better than what I was thinking. Oh, they play this and they can't do anything. I should try playing other decks. Like that was an obvious line. And now they have mana. Oh. And play their land for the turn. But I mean, still, like, they wanted to be casting Glimpse this turn, not Natural Order, right? So it was the right card to take, I think, but they just happened to draw another one. I need to, like, really learn the sequencing of elves, though, just so I can, like, evaluate their hand better, because that's something that's really important. Very, very important. Definitely an impressive turn. Glad they don't have any Nettle Sentinels. Just let them do their thing. They have a pretty full hand. I imagine this. We're dead this. Well, this turn or next turn. But I would imagine that they're going to Natural Order this turn. Also, they might lock us out of the game. There's like some green-white flying creature or something that when it comes into play, you can choose a spell type or something, and those spells can't be cast or something. So maybe they Natural Order for that. I don't know. That's okay. We have another game, and we'll be on the play, so. I haven't been seeing too many Mind Break traps out of elves recently either, so. That's good for our game 3. Oh, this is a cool deck, though. Like, it honestly is. Like, it's a creature deck, but it's a combo deck. And, like, combo's sweet. And, it's just kind of cool because it can just beat down. And also, like, beat down with some pretty strong attrition and card advantage sometimes. It's a really cool deck. Plus, green's just so noble. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. What's the name of this? Yeah, that card's cool. I don't see us getting out of this. So. Since we're on the play, I'm going to bring Empty the Warrens back just because if we are going to win with Empty the Warrens, our best bet to do so is on the first turn. And I absolutely will go for Goblins if that line presents itself. This hand's fine. I really want to ponder. I really want to ponder and not brainstorm. But the thing is, I want to be able to protect Infernal Tutor from discard if we can't find the Lion's Eye Diamond. So alright. let's think. Next turn, we'll have 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, 5, 6. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Goblins doesn't seem so good next turn. So, if they do have discard, Dark Ritual is a very good target. It would suck if they actually had Surgical Extraction as well and forced us to shuffle. It's possible that we should have just pondered instead of Brainstorm, but the thing is we were right about needing to protect Infernal Tutor. So they're probably going to take Dark Ritual. I really just hope that they don't have a Surgical Extraction as well. I think it's kind of obvious that we were trying to protect a card. So if they have Surgical Extraction, I would definitely use it on the Dark Ritual. But perhaps they're looking at this differently. Maybe they have the Surgical Extraction, they see the 2 ponders, and they're like, well, if I take this ponder and then I surgical it, I'm going to take that second ponder out of the hand as well. That would cause us to shuffle, but it leaves us with access to more mana. And we can just blindly rip our way out of anything, kind of, like if we get lucky, so I don't know. They're definitely thinking. I bet they have Surgical Extraction. Yep, so they took the Dark Ritual, which is fine. Like, we thought that was going to happen. We didn't get Surgical, though, so that's pretty great. I don't want to burn this Lotus Petal, but alright. Hopefully they don't have a second discard spell. They may. I imagine they want to start establishing their own game plan, though. But they may. They may right now be trying to decide which they're going to do. Okay. I'm just trying to read the sequencing of our hand correctly. Alright, so I like that we have a Thoughtseize on top of our deck. So I almost don't want to shuffle it. So this is late. We probably are not going to win. Like, it's going to be tight. Although that's a good sign. Dried Arbor means that they're intending to block. That's actually a good sign. It might mean that their hand is not as close as it needs to be. Unless they're just trying to go bonkers with the Cradle. So this is it. The fate of our 5-0 or 4-1 is in the hands of these next two turns. And our options to really change any sort of fate at this point is pretty rather limited. So I am pretty much in the same position as you guys, just watching it play out. Thanks so much. I don't even know what number video this is. Is this video number 5? It might be, maybe it's video number 6, but I think it's video number 5. I don't even know, but thank you so much, guys, for following the video series and checking back for new content. You know, every couple weeks I'm going to have a video up, and I just really appreciate you guys. And you know, hit up the comments, point out stuff. I definitely misplay, I misclick. I'm on my way to being a good Storm pilot, but you know, it's a never-ending learning process. So that's where you guys come in and help make me a better player. You know, so definitely pop in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the videos soon. We'll probably have like 2 more videos with this overlay, but I'm going to be moving to a different overlay with green screen, and I'm going to even be working on trying to make my sound better as well. So the video quality is going to continue to improve, and I'm really excited for this full year of 2019 putting out content. So it's pretty awesome. Still just love being a part of the website and producing content, and this has just been so much fun and will continue to be fun. And I just yeah. Opponents thinking hard. They're tanking. They must be doing a lot of math. I wonder if we're dead. We could be. I'll take a 4-1 and I won't be upset. So So maybe some things we could have done a little different, possibly. But we are where we are. What is this? Okay. So they're pretty far off from Crater Hoof still. So we're going to take Glimpse. Maybe we should have taken Birch Lord Ranger itself. .50, baby. Awesome. Cool. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. Thank you so much for bearing through my misclicks and whatever. This was awesome. It was a ton of fun. That edit will be as clean as possible, so hopefully the video is not super janky. Just thank you so much guys, and until next time, keep storming.